Deuteronomy. Things are about to change for the Israelites. They've been wandering in the desert for 40 years, depending on manna from heaven for food. Now they were on the verge of entering the Promised Land. In Canaan, they would need to cultivate their own food and make clothes. They would need to conquer armies, and they would be exposed to the religious views of people living in the land. These religious views were filled with evil practices and idolatry, but God knew they were also very sensual and seductive. Moses, the leader of the people for all these years, was getting old, and he knew that Joshua was to become the new leader of the nation. As Moses prepared to turn over the reins of leadership, he wanted to say a few parting words. God used this occasion to speak through him, and those words became the book of Deuteronomy. We can break the book down into three major parts. The first is Moses reviewing all that God had done for the people. In life, we will face difficult challenges and new circumstances. We should do what Moses did. We should remember what God has done for us in the past. As I look back into my life, I see many places where God showed up and took care of me. He'll do the same for you if you put him first in your life and walk by faith in this world. Secondly, Moses laid out all that God expected from the Israelites. This is a section of the book where laws are given. A wise man once said that freedom is not the absence of rules, but rather freedom is found within a set of life-preserving boundaries. Rules are like fences. They keep danger out and keep us from wandering off into the wilderness. Think about that next time someone asks you to do something or behave in a certain way. Kids get rules from their parents. Parents have rules for each other, trust me. And employees have rules to follow at work. Rules are good and keep life from being chaotic or too wild. Thirdly, and toward the end of the book, we read about what God will do if we are obedient to his rules. This is easy to remember. If we are obedient, then we are told that God will bless us. Look, that doesn't mean that we will always get everything that we want from God. No, God's too wise to spoil us, but obedience keeps us in the center of his will and under his protection. The Bible says the angel of the Lord encamps around the righteous. You can face anything in this life if you know you are living a life pleasing to God. All bets are off if we are living disobediently. But there's something else even better going on here. No one can keep all the laws laid out for us in the Bible. We just aren't made that way. The Bible says that only one man kept all the laws, and he is known as the Messiah, or Jesus Christ. He is our ultimate leader who will get us through this wilderness and into our true promised land known as heaven. Being a Christian means that we have swapped our record in life for Jesus' record. When God looks at Christians, he doesn't see disobedient, proud, rebellious people or really good, clean people, but rather he sees his people clothed in the righteousness that Jesus Christ won by death on the cross. So let's live within God's rules. Let's experience the freedom of his boundaries. And when we fail, let's rejoice that Jesus has won for us righteousness of a perfectly lived life. That's good news and something to live out.